Welcome to What If Deku is Philza? Minecraft. So, before we start, thank you for all the nice comments from my previous video and my new ones. Also, these what ifs that are coming out are: what if Deku was Dream and Corp's husband? I've never seen this on thing, and I'm basically just giving out my new ideas. And what if Deku was in hell? Vivzy Pop has been Hotel. He meets the crew. I'm just giving out my ideas. So my other what ifs, what if Deku was Rambo? That's still in the process of making, because I've been focusing on these other what ifs and stuff, and I'm honestly probably doing too much than I should be. So yeah. Also, what if Deku was Technoblade is coming out sooner or later, depending on how I feel and how shitty my teachers are gonna be about my homework and stuff. What if Deku is Dream? Yeah, it's coming along, but not as I hope so. Dream XD, yeah. What if Deku was blind Tommy in it is probably gonna be held back a bit, just a bit though, 'cause I postponed that for a while, but I am gonna do a part 2. Do a part 2. But I'm doing so many things. I am almost doing more than actually what I'm showing on YouTube. So, yeah. And I don't feel rushed. No, I don't. But I would appreciate it if I do love all your comments and stuff. But give me more ideas, honestly. Even though if I have, a lot, even if I have, more coming up, I still want to hear your opinions and maybe what ifs that you haven't seen before on any other channel and that you've, haven't seen on YouTube. So, let's get into this. This is getting way too long. Okay. Izuku makes some breakfast for the kids and walks into the entrance exam and goes to the written test. He aced it and sits down in the explanation where nobody else is, since he finished a bit early. He only sees a familiar face. He says, "Bakugo?" The blondie says, "Who are you? Who the hell are you?" Izuku says, "Oh yeah, I used to call you something else. Well, nice to see you again, Kachan." Bakugo's eyes widen. He's like, "Deku, how have you been?" Izuku says, I've been good. Bakugo says, "You have kids, right? How old are they?" "How old are the little bastards now?" Izuku chops his head and says, "Don't call them that, Bakugo. They're my kids." Bakugo laughs and says, and Izuku says, he says, "Well then, do you have a mom for them, or they still have no mom?" Izuku says, "Well, I have 5 kids now, and I have 5 kids and 2 of them are adopted, and no, I do not have a mom for them, Bakugo." He chuckles a bit before, Okay, I have to start this all over again. Okay, so how many kids do you have again? Izuku says, "I have 5 kids and 2 of them are adopted because I couldn't just leave them to be picked up by someone else, and I have to be that someone else, and I love them to death." Bakugo's jaw dropped and says, "I thought you had 2 or 3, but not 5. I can't even imagine taking care of 5 kids." Izuku says, "And I still don't believe that you're even trusted around kids." Bakugo says, "Excuse me?" And Izuku says, actually, one of them acts like you, the little gremlin. Izuku says, did I impact your kid? On the young? I have an impact on the young. Izuku says, yeah, you have an impact on the young, especially emotional damage. Bako yells, hey! Izuku laughs and says, well, I live at the UA dorms. Bako says, so you get in either way. And Izuku says, sort of. They talk and get to know each other, catch up and stuff, and wait for the other participants to finish. And during, they also talk, but not loud enough for it to be a distraction. Ida then interrupts and says, it's unprofessional to forget one of the robots of the test, and he gets shut up by Bakugo, telling him he was going to explain it before he interrupted him, and to add salt to the wound, he called him Four Eyes. After the explanation, they go to their separate ways, and for now, and Izuku says, you better get in. Bako says, why the hell wouldn't I? Bako then opens his arms and hugs Izuku. Izuku hugs him and instinctively wraps his wings around him, and Bakugo whispers, your bird is showing. Izuku then smacks Bakugo and says, I'm a bird and a father. It's what I do. He sticks out his tongue and walks to his robot gate. His gate. Bako laughs and walks off. Before that, he walks to his gate, and he's approached by the same boy who interrupted President Mike, Ida. He says, why are you trying to approach that girl? Izuku says, who? Izuku says, Ida, the girl you were going to distract. And then he gets cut off by Izuku and says, sorry, but I was just getting to the front of the gate, so if you would excuse me. He then walked to the front of the gate and waited for the gate to open. The gates open, and he starts to run on the side of the buildings, going as high as he can, and jumps and spreads his wings and makes a diamond katana. Or netherite, I don't know. Either one you want. And destroys robots and continues to destroy other robots. And when he gets attacked, he jumps high into the sky, in the air, and attacks from above. He then flies on top of a building and makes a crossbow and shoots from above. He sees someone almost get crushed by a zero-pointer and throws his trident. And helps them. Yeah. The test ends, and Iroka was saved by some hero on site, and Izuku goes in the direction of UA, and is stopped by Ida again, and says, you're going in the wrong direction. The exit is that way. Ida points to the main entrance slash exit, and Izuku says, I forgot something, I need to go, yeah, bye. He then flies out of Ida's view, and Ida says to himself, he probably won't get in. He may be strong, but he's extremely disrespectful. I must report this, but of course, maybe next time. When he gets into a building, he is greeted by Tubbo and Tommy. He hugs them and says, it's good to see you too. He looks up and sees the rest of his kids waiting for them to be done, and says, boys, come here and join the hug. They take up his offer and hug Izuku. He walks to the kitchen, makes some food, and puts it on the table. He walks to his room and he was gonna go walk to his room before he went back and set some ground rules for the kids. They can't show up at his classes out of nowhere and without his permission. They can visit him at lunch, or he can come up by the building and have lunch with them, and they cannot leave the building without informing him first. They go over this, and they go to the rooms, and just by themselves, and Izuku goes to his room to get some rest. The next week, he gets a letter from UA. He got accepted. What do you expect? he's Philza. He's Philza Minecraft. He told the news to his kids, and they were excited and wanted to have a movie night to celebrate so they did, and had a blast. Izuku, when he got his uniform delivered to his building, he added his own touch to it. So, like, maybe, like, you can imagine a bit longer and kind of like a yukata, but, like, with the, like, colors of the UA uniform and kind of looks like it, but, like, he's still gonna look like Philza. Okay. And then he has to design his hero costume. So, it may look like this, like, maybe for winter. And I was like, maybe look like this. I don't know. You can decide. Or like this, honestly. You can decide what it looks like, because I don't mind. We'll just stay on this one for now. And, the first day of UA comes and he's nervous, but not for the reason you think he is. He's nervous because of what his kids might do alone in the building, and he believes he may have to apologize sooner or later for something that might happen. Something's gonna happen. Izuku walks into the room and sees a caterpillar of a teacher on the floor and decides not to disturb the sleep-deprived cocoon on the floor. He walks to a table in the back and listens to music. Music Wilbur made and watching some videos when they were younger. After a couple of hours, a lot of the other students made it to the classroom, and then seeing Bakugo walk in, and Izuku, and sees Izuku and walks over to him, where he puts his feet on the table and watches the video with Izuku, since they're basically his nephews, even though he hasn't met them yet. When Ida comes in, he spotted Bakugo with his feet on the desk, and Izuku with his phone. And he says, "You two should not be distracted on your phones, and you should put your feet on the ground. You are destroying private property." Sorry, I was drinking soda. Izuku put his phone away since he was right, but Bakugo is not budging an inch. Izuku just tries to convince Bakugo, and after a couple minutes, he does, and puts his feet on the ground, begrudgingly, of the promise of making homemade food and maybe meeting the kids after school or some other day. Bakugo agreed, and yeah, he put his feet on the ground. Everyone is in their seat, and Aizawa wakes up and tells them to get ready for the test. They go into the locker rooms, and Izuku stretches his wings to get his uniform off, and then he feels someone touch his wings. He looks back to see Denki touching them, and he kind of just, like, slaps Denki with his wing, just in the face. And then Denki looks like he short-circuited. Fuck. Izuku laughs and says, "Sorry about that, but those are my wings you're touching." Denki looks up at Izuku and says, "Oh, sorry." Izuku pats his head and says, "It's fine. By the way, what's your name?" Denki says, "Well, my name is Denki Kaminari. You are?" Izuku says, "My name is a bit longer. Izuku Philza Minecraft. Nice to meet you." They then take the test and go back inside for the rest of the day and get to know the place as a whole. Headcanons. Izuku bakes when he's stressed. Is best friends with Sato. His kids look older than they're supposed to be. Okay, maybe like this, but Tommy's older, or Yeah, like this. Like, they look older. Like, they're like this. I'm gonna leave it there for a couple minutes. Okay. Heikan is Izuku bakes when he's stressed. It's best friends with Sato. Philza's chat is a flock of crows, so he just at least has one crow around him at all times, which is his chat. I found that kind of funny, how like an immortal traveler is just traveling around with a flock of crows, and he just cusses them out. He actually addressed this on one of his streams. I can't remember which one, but he did address it. I just find it funny. Due to Izuku's wings, he has to go in the back of the classroom so he can be comfortable and not have his, like, wings be in front of someone else's desk or, like, on someone's desk, because, like, people get distracted. And, okay, so, and also he does, like, the thing where, like, he ruffles his feathers and, like how birds, like, get comfortable and stuff, or trying to get comfortable. Like, yeah, he does that. Izuku meets Sato, and they relate to their love of cooking and baking. And Dinky found a friend in Izuku. Izuku found a different friend group, unlike in canon. It is Kaminari, Sato, Tokoyami, Jiro, Todoroki, and Momo. But Todoroki's, like, a bit more distant, but still part of the group. Tokoyami actually befriended him after he was talking to a crow on his shoulder and seemed to understand him, and just seemed to have a connection with Izuku. Drew found him listening to the songs his kids made, and is the only other one that knows he has kids. Not the whole story, but the gist of it. Todoroki saw their fatherly dynamic and wanted to appease the action, basically. Momo found him as a father figure due to her father and her mother being busy with work and not always being home. Izuku became the father of the group to literally almost everyone to cope with fatherly issues. Daddy issues. Todoroki. Izuku is basically the therapist, even though he doesn't seem like he notices it. It's been a few days, and now it's the heroes versus villains. Or weeks. All Might came in, and that's the heroes versus villains, and the suitcase came at the wall, and everyone went to their respective suitcases, and Izuku went to his suitcase, and they got changed. Izuku gets into, maybe the other ones that use, maybe this one. I like it, but, like, that's from the Origin SMP. Maybe this. Maybe that. Maybe. You can honestly decide. I don't care. And then he comes out and he, with his hero costume, and some people say, "Oh my god, you look so good." Momo says, "You look very nice." Wait, what is that? She points at the armor, because, like, it's netherite. He says, "Oh, it's just, a little bit rare metal, but it's not rare enough to be used in a lot of things, so you probably wouldn't see it. So, don't even worry about it." Izuku is, taller than Momo, and acts like they're his kids, so. But, like, also friends, you know? She brushes it off, and the group walks to the mock battle area. But they would also be doing this with Class 1B, because why the fuck not? And because drama. So, yeah. Also, y'all been talking about, like, if I'm a girl or a boy. Honestly, I don't care what you call me. Like, you can call me a boy, a girl. But, like, I also have to address this, too. Audio, like, if I record my voice, I sound way different than my actual voice. Like, I sound so squeaky and high pitched in like videos, when actually my voice is like deeper than like it's supposed to be. And like I'm usually mistaken as an adult if you don't like actually see me and only hear my voice. So yeah, I try to deepen my voice to try to like insinuate like I'm older than you think I am. Like I'm in between 11 and 17. You can guess on which that is. And I'm a minor. So yeah. But like my cousin used to actually have a YouTube channel where she found a fanfic of herself. It was actually she said it was like it was nice to see like some fanfic, so I dare you, make fanfic. I dare. It's gonna be so funny. I'll even download Wattpad or something. I'll probably not use it even. I'll just search up my name and like see like did anyone make a fanfic about myself. I just want to see that, please. Well, this is the end of the video. Like, subscribe, and you comment. And this is goodbye. And